Welcome to Tabletop Gaming with Juice. Tonight I want to talk about, this is actually going to be a response to AJ Pickett. AJ Pickett had done a response video to Nate and I's Christianity and Dungeons and Dragons video. And that video was a lot about Christianity in particular, but I think we meant it from a religious perspective in general, and how it affects maybe people's games in game, but mostly out of game. Does it affect the fact that maybe you're not willing to run certain content because you believe in a certain religion, or maybe you have players who certain things like the occult maybe makes them uncomfortable, things like that. And does it affect your personal life with your spouse, friends, family, things like that? But we covered all that. And AJ went and did a video. Well, before I even get into that, it was pretty well received. People seem to like our take on it, and yeah, so that's good. Um, it did open some dialogue in the community, which is great. I love seeing that. Looks like some people are interested in doing some video responses, and I encourage that. Please do. You don't need my permission to do a video response. Feel free to do it. AJ went ahead and did one, and I appreciate that. AJ even went as far as noting that I'm a Christian and he isn't, and so he chooses not to participate in debates about the topic for the most part, and I can respect that. Many people don't know this, but me and AJ have talked about this before, in private chats and things like that. And unlike with most people, we were able to have a very civil discussion about it. There was no arguing. There was no I'm right, you're wrong. We were both, I think, very respectful of each other's stance on things. There was no trying to sway the other side or anything like that. It was just a mutual, listening to the other person's story, and that was that. And I can appreciate that. Too many times, it seems like things that are kind of controversial come up, and instead of people just listening to the other person's opinion on things, they want to either tell them why they're wrong, or why they themselves are correct. There's a lot of personal attacks that come in it, and like I've even seen stuff now, that people might not realize it, but the way they say certain things are attacks. Not going to say any names, but I've seen people say that, if you believe in a God, then, you obviously aren't mature enough to handle the make believe and you shouldn't be playing games. Disagree with that. Just like I would say that, someone going and attacking the other side's wrong. It's just not right. I think people need to be more respectful of others' opinions. And if you believe something different, that's fine. You can believe something different. I understand we all have different upbringings. We've all experienced different things in our lives. And it is what it is. So I just wanted to say that real quick. And I wanted to put it out there that, if you were ever going to have a mature adult conversation with someone, AJ is a great guy to have it with, because he will have it and not necessarily judge you. And I think a lot of people, or not a lot of people, I think there's only a few people you can really have good conversations with, because a lot of people take things personal. And there's a line. There's always a line, and some people's line is in different places than another person's line, and so it's very easy to cross it. And once that line's crossed one way, they come back and push a little harder, and eventually you have a huge argument where people are ripping on each other, and then you're just having a conversation that's not very much fun, and no longer a debate. It's an attack on each other. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, and thank AJ for doing the video response, being mature about things. And I agree with what he said. I don't think your table is a place to talk about religion. I think that's a great rule, just like politics. I think it's not the place to talk about politics. Um, nobody cares. I mean, really, nobody cares if you are pro Obama or pro Bush or Romney. Like, nobody really cares, because a lot of us are not going to change our opinions because of what you think, and that's just the way it is. Everyone needs to make up their own minds, and usually by the time you're an adult, I think you're pretty much what you're into. So, yeah, not to say that people are closed-minded, but people are closed-minded. And that's just kind of the way it is. So with that said, go ahead, do video responses. I'll check them out. Love to hear you guys' take on maybe it's not even an opinion. Maybe you just want to tell a story about how religion has affected your gaming experiences. Maybe you had people that thought it was immoral, and they told you about it. Maybe your game store was picketed or petitioned or something, or maybe in school you had your books taken away or something. I love hearing your guys' stories, and I think this is a topic that, at least from my experiences, it's affected a lot of people. Maybe not everybody, but I'm sure this has affected a lot of people. So relationships, things like that. So with that, I'm going to end it there, and thanks again, AJ, for doing that. Thank you, Nate, for doing that video with me. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.